It's not something to not take lightly, I guess.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, you're literally, a human is reliant on you for food and basic necessities, and then you are shaping a human being and who they're going to show up in this world. And I think everyone should take that with some pressure on their heart and themselves, because that's a big responsibility. Hello and welcome back to another week of Calling in Sick. I'm your host, Alex Wildeson, and with me today is my tall glass of water and husband, Sweet Saint Coop.
Hello.
Today, he's on the show for one specific reason.
Talking about babies.
No, I was going to say for eye candy, but sure, we can talk about babies.
Baby planning.
Baby planning. You guys have heard from me. You have not heard yet from St. Coop on how he's feeling, how he's handling, how he is preparing to become the world's hottest dad. But you're going to hear everything in this week's episode, and I'm very excited. I wrote down some questions that I actually don't even know the answer to, and I'm very thrilled to make Cooper answer them live in front of you guys. And by live, I mean not live. This is pre-recorded, but he'll have to answer them on the spot in the hot seat anyway. What you dreamed and wished of. You'll get a treat afterwards. I can share some of my tiramisu.
You're out of tiramisu, and we don't know it.
Damn it! If you guys have not been following along on socials, I have fallen into a new food obsession. We went straight from mini cheesecakes directly into tiramisu, which after eating 3 tubs of this weekend, about yay big, I found out that there's both port and brandy in the tiramisu, and I was starting to eat those things at 10 a.m., so no wonder I've been in a fucking delightful mood last week.
We need a fact check on that.
It's on the ingredients in the box.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
Jamie, pull up the details.
When we go later to Central Market and buy more tiramisu. Cooper earlier did tell me that he thought this was actually one of the healthier desserts that you could eat, and I agree.
It feels light.
Feels light. Unless you are autoimmune and gluten and dairy and sugar and alcohol, all are triggers for you.
I mean, a lot of desserts are
triggers.
Not exactly in diet. They're indulgences for a reason.
True. And that's why we live the 80-20 rule.
Whipped cream feels like a lighter sweet.
It's mascarpone. Say it with me now.
I'm not going to say anything more about this dessert because nothing I say is correct. It's super unhealthy. You shouldn't be eating it. You're right.
That's not what I was saying.
No.
Sad. Take it back.
Okay.
But I do fear that this shoulder collarbone issue that I've been having this week could be just inflammation and not a partial dislocation or tendon issue.
Tiramisu cannot cause structural damage to your collarbone. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying it perhaps might have caused some damage to said area.
Okay.
Will I stop eating the tiramisu? No way in fuck. We're going to go to get more tiramisu after this. Right?
I do have to get groceries. So.
Yes! I'm so excited. Ask me how many. We can take bets. How many boxes of tiramisu will I buy at this grocery shopping adventure? You can vote in the comments. Anywho, besides eating delicious desserts that may be very bad for me, we have also been acting so out of pocket. In fact, this last Friday, only a few days ago, still in the week that we got back from London, I agreed to go socialize Friday night. And I agreed to this because they said tacos and game night. That sounds like a divine way to spend a Friday night, especially in my year of saying yes, which we'll get into later. However, after I said yes and committed to it, the person said, so 8? And my response thought was, are they asking me if I want 8 tacos? Because that seems like way too many tacos for one person of my stature. And then I realized that they meant the event, the friendship, the hangout would start at 8 p.m. And I was full of regrets. However, we still went. I had an Olipop at 7 p.m., gassed myself right up. I was very anxious to socialize with new people we'd never hung out with before, prior, but then we got there. I was a social butterfly.
I know. You really carried us.
Put the fam on our back. It's really the only place I can do that and the only way I can put our family on my back. But you best believe when there's a socializing opportunity, I will rise to the occasion.
You did.
I know. You're my good listener.
Till 11 p.m.
Face. And then I got so tired, Cooper had to carry me into bed because I was a wee baby. What else did we do? What did I want to circle back to?
London?
Oh, my year of yes. That's what I want. Circling back to what I said prior, our year of yes. Cooper and I have been saying yes to things. You heard about our London trip last week. In case you missed that episode, why are we doing our year of yes? Well, we're doing a year of yes because I have realized if I want to avoid the yo-yo that comes with chronic illness and the flare-ups, I have to live within my, what are those things called at the bowling alley?
Guardrails.
I have to live within my guardrails. That feels like it really should have come much faster to me. To live within my guardrails. And if I don't, then I get this yo-yo of overdoing it and crashing out and overdoing it and crashing out. It's worked really nicely for me the last year and a half. I've been in a flare state, but very tame compared to the past. With the hope of becoming parents, we've realized that, unfortunately, there will be times where we will have to overdo it because we are caring for a third person. So in preparation, I have deemed my year of saying yes, where I'm going to push myself out of the comfort zone, overdo it a little bit more so I can get used to having that chaos in my body, but from a calmer perspective and with a more important why that really resonates deeply within me. And hopefully I can get a little bit more prepared for chaos in my own weird, quirky way.
Staying up till 11, I think, is an appropriate way to prepare for 2 months of little to no sleep.
Yeah. We're going to be so good. Golden. We're going to co-sleep for sure.
London disrupting our sleep patterns.
But I still was able to carry on.
As long as we can sleep in till 11 p.m. the next day.
11 a.m.
Yeah, a.m. the next day.
Yeah, the sleep part I am extremely worried about. But we'll get into that later in this week's episode. Before we dive into everything, pause. Quick housekeeping, if you could please.
Like, comment, subscribe,
and hit that
follow button.
Woo! All of you guys are doing the Lord's work. We have gotten to a point where we get 10,000 streams per month. That feels crazy to me, but I am so pleased. I'm so happy, so fulfilled. When you guys write me letters, when you send me DMs of talking about how this podcast has helped you in some way, shape, or form, I want you to know every single time, I'm not kidding, every single time, I happy cry a little bit because that makes me feel like I am doing the right thing, that I risked it to get the biscuit by not going back into finance and doing this instead for the right reason. And thank you from the bottom of my heart because I pinch myself every day that I get to do this with my life. I love you guys.
It's true. She does happy cry when y'all send her nice messages and stuff.
And I also sad cry when people send me really mean messages.
Yeah, that's true too.
Don't get them too often. And I laugh cry when I get weird messages like, can you send me pictures of both of your feet in socks?
And other wild things.
Yeah. I want you to know that I do respond to those, though. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. And I always say, for $10,000, I would be happy to send you 2 pictures of my feet in socks. So far, nobody has bit at that offer quite yet, but one day.
We should half that. 5K is actually the running.
I would do it for like $500.
It's 1,000. How's some decency?
We have a hopefully baby coming. We got to start saving those pennies. That's going to be my new side hustle. My fucked up vasculitis feet. Making us moolah instead of taking our moolah like it usually does.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Rolling on.
Rolling right on. Our Alex's picks for the week. Since we are talking about all things baby, I wanted to think about things we already own that I believe will be helpful when we do have baby. The first one is the Hatch alarm clock, which originally we got as a gift. Thank you, Hatch. And I'm obsessed with it because it gives you this very lovely song that you can pick out in the morning, slowly brightens up like the sunshine. And it's a really nice way to not have your phone alarm be the thing that wakes you up. And it's like a warming, gentle way to wake up.
It is honestly so much nicer.
It's so much nicer. You don't want to scream and throw your phone against a wall and your face against a wall with the Hatch alarm clock. And if that doesn't sell you on it, I don't know what will. Anyway, I've heard great things with the Hatch alarm clock and babies because of its white noise functionality. The white noise certainly works for getting him to snore, for getting me to sleep. So I would think it would help a little one.
I haven't even noticed the white noise yet. It's been working so well.
That checks out completely. His white noise gets him so asleep that he snores so loudly.
Just to overcome the white noise and let you know that I'm still there.
And still alive.
Yeah.
Which is honestly good, because sometimes when you sleep too quietly, I do put my hand like this to make sure that you are, in fact, alive.
I know. When I'm sleeping quietly, you're going like this. Are you alive? When I'm sleeping loudly, you're going...
I do finger dunk him when he's snoring.
Honey, you can't say that. It's not right.
It is. Wives, husbands, if your partner is a snorer, it's the best way to get them to stop snoring. You just gently open their mouth and then dunk your fingers in there and they wake up. And then you can pretend to be sleeping. They have no idea it was you. They think that they dreamed that because that's a crazy thing to do to an individual while they're sleeping.
It's also a super good way to lose a finger if you're interested in that.
I still have all 10 of mine. I was trying to do a joke and showing 9, but I realized I did it the wrong way. I'm doing really good today. Anywho, I'm working on a discount code for you guys. So pay attention to the description below. You will get that from us if Hatch wants to give it to us, I guess. My second pick of the week is the Lola blanket. It's the one that you guys see me podcasting with always. We've got 2 of them. Our dogs love them. We love them. Guests love them. They are honestly the softest blankets. And the cutest thing ever is the story of how they came to be. Group of siblings. Their mom passed away from cancer. They started making these blankies because she loved her blanket from when she was doing chemotherapy or staying in the hospital, and they donate a portion of those funds to foundations that support those going through cancer treatment. It's really great. I love the group. I love chatting with them and talking to them. They're such kind people. Anywho, if you would like a discount code, Alex Wild, I'm pretty sure is the code, but double check me in the description below. But that should give you, during sale windows, 55% off.
Wow.
I know. Do the Lola blanket. You will not regret it. It is excellent. I asked Cooper if we could bring it to London with us. He said, nope, that is not going to happen. But I did try multiple times to get it to fit into my suitcase.
You have to stay sub 250 pounds for international travel.
I did. My whole luggage situation, 100 pounds. 50, 50, 50. And one of those 50s was yours. So mine was 100, yours was 50. You can't knock me. I travel with health things. Anyways, let's get into the meats and potatoes of this week's
what about
episode.
my picks?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I haven't gotten to do any picks
Cooper?
in a long time, and I have lots of picks.
All right, well, you got to narrow it down to just 2.
I don't know if I can do that. Starting off with one of 7. AG1 sent Alex a kit of stuff.
Wow.
I really like it. It makes me feel really good, like I'm starting my day productive no matter what.
Keeps you regular.
Yeah. And makes me feel like I'm doing something healthy.
Well, it's because you are.
Little hard to blend sometimes. Little bit of sediment always seems to be at the bottom no matter how much you
Immersion blend
it.
But if you do that several times, it will work.
But you just deal with that. The last sip is always a full one. Anyways, really like it.
I think it tastes like Flintstones vitamins from when we were kids.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't go down super easily for me. But apparently if you mix it with orange juice and coconut water, it makes it delectable. So we're going to try that this week for me to consume it.
Okay.
What's your second pick?
Well, now I forgot all my other picks from earlier.
Oh.
What's the other stuff I've been saying? Oh, what's that Australian moisturizer in the orange bottle?
Oh, Uni.
Uni. Wow. Love that. Stole it immediately from Alex. Wasn't typically a full body moisturizer guy. It felt frivolous and wasteful. Turning 30, full body moisturizing is happening. And that's because of Uni. I love it. It smells great. You put it on immediately after you shower.
No drying off.
No drying off, which at first I thought I would hate, but I actually think is really convenient. Mm-hmm. The texture is really nice.
Very soft.
Good texture, good smell, easy process. 10 out of 10.
Took your skin from sandpaper to butter soft.
My skin has never been sandpaper, but it has
improved.
Been noticeably softer, less itchy, and just nice overall.
Speaking of skin, I am so sunburnt right now. Guys, look at this. We sat outside for all of 30 minutes today. That is terrible. And it's only February 16th.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to die this summer if we stay here.
It's also 80 degrees, which is pretty concerning. I thought it's still supposed to be technically winter.
I mean, this time last year there was an ice storm, so it was in the 10s and 20s. So if we're in the 80s right now and we're supposed to be in the 20s, that means it's going to be 160 degrees this summer if you apply the same logic. Sounds like we're not going to be living in Austin this summer.
Sounds good to me.
My sunburn really hurts. So does my collarbone. This whole situation's not great. This week, we're talking babies.
Boom.
Baby. Not plural.
Potentially
plural. We told my mom that we really wanted to have twins and have one of the embryos split, and she went like this. Oh! Don't do that! That'd be so much work for you! But she was supportive, verbally.
I'm still not convinced. I do think twins would be awesome.
I think twins would be amazing. I would love to have twins, one and done. But it also sounds like a lot of work.
What do I know?
What do we know? Not much, let me tell you that. We know very little about parenthood and babies, but we are very excited and eager to learn. So, as a reminder, for those of you that do not know, Cooper and I, back in 2020, a month before I started Cytoxin chemotherapy, which nukes your fertility for a little bit, we walked into a fertility clinic, Texas Fertility, shout out, and Dr. Silverberg sat down with us and said, all right, guys, you got to start it today if we're going to be able to get even one round in before you're supposed to start this treatment. So, although we went in just to learn about fertility and IVF, we walked out with my first injections and we started immediately. I think it took like 2 or 3 weeks. Honestly, there was so much stuff going on with my health at that point. It was such a blur. I was on lots of different infusions and steroids and just everything in life and was not feeling my best. But we got through the IVF retrieval process, which was also very emotional. I can't really remember all of it, but I know we had 40 follicles, and then we're able to get 20 eggs.
Well, it just kept going down by half at all these different stages, and it was like, you're in such a good place.
You're not anymore.
Halfway. 80, 40, 22.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can't believe we went from 40 follicles to 2 healthy embryos.
Yeah.
But I think that is realistically what a lot of people's experience is, and I feel very lucky that we even walked out with 2 embryos, especially since we only had time to do uno round.
Yeah.
Also, though, we did not have that 90-day period to build up beforehand. So, like a lot of people, when they are organically trying to conceive, for 90 days prior to conception, they cut a bunch of things out of their diet, alcohol, they get their sleep and exercise in line, and try to live like the healthiest version of their life possible, so that the quality of the egg and sperm will be at its highest form. We went straight from like ACL to IVF, so the quality is a question mark. But we did genetically test our embryos, and they do not have my degenerative form of vasculitis, but they might know how to party.
Also, when you start at such a high quality,
then like, it's fine. It's fine. Speaking of the 90 days, though, that is something I'm going to be doing leading up to implanting one of those sweet little embryo baby girls. So, in the end of April, mid-April? April to May to June to July. Yeah. Mid-April is when I get my ass in gear, more than I am right now, which is already pretty in gear, minus the tiramisu obsession.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Cut out tiramisu?
Yeah, I mean, that's really all that's left. Is just
I'm going to go hard and not eat tiramisu.
I'm going to go hard in the paint and stop eating tiramisu. That's it. It's the only adjustment I'll be making. But I will be very committed, more like 90-10 to my diet and lifestyle hard rules instead of like a lax 80-20, 75-25, 70-30 sometimes. And I don't know if Cooper's going to join me. I would like him to, but I don't know. Are you?
Yeah.
No booze, no nada?
You know, how much am I committing to right now?
Do it on the spot to the people.
I will, I will be supportive, and I think it...
This is sounding a lot like you're not going to do the lifestyle things with me.
No, it's probably good for me to do it with you, too. It's probably good for me. I just don't want to say yes, and then we get into it, and I'm like, no. So...
Okay, so a tentative yes.
A tentative yes. A, like, at least commitment to, like, make it easy and, to a degree, do the same healthy things.
What about while I'm pregnant? Are you going to stop drinking with me?
Yeah.
That feels like...
Yeah.
That feels like a low-hanging fruit ask. I'm growing our child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say it with a little bit more confidence.
Yes.
For the cost of bringing a life into the world, it doesn't feel like that big of a sacrifice.
Anyways, we're going back to you doing things. Somehow this is getting very me focused. That seems planned.
It was planned. I really wanted to put you on the hot seat for those two things. Anyway, I love you. And it's okay if you don't. But you do know that I do want you to. So anyways, our plan A is to go forward with this implanting. Our plan B is to use our last embryo in a surrogate, potentially, if the finances work out there. And our plan C is to just throw a Hail Mary, pray to God, and try to conceive organically, potentially, or adopt.
Why isn't it try both on you?
I mean, we could do that. TBD. Plan B is very much up in the air. I would love to carry if I can. That's like been a big dream of mine. But more so than that is having our baby. But why we're not starting with trying organically is because I have this degenerative type of vasculitis. And if we can control our baby girl's not having that, we're going with that 100%. I know that's like kind of playing God, but I just wouldn't wish this disease on anyone ever. So why would I knowingly potentially bring life into this world that has that disease?
Well, also, don't the medications that you've had to take just like impact things in general? And
also that, yeah, that's the other big part is like, we don't know where my fertility stands. We've gotten pregnant once organically, but I miscarried in like 4 weeks. So the likelihood of me and Coops being able to conceive naturally and carry to term feels very low.
And we've got 2 embryos already.
And we've got 2 embryo baby girls. Which we've only named one of them because what if one of them doesn't work? I don't want to get too attached. I'm already too attached.
Could probably apply the same logic to the first.
Huh?
Not naming yet. Also, like, what if we see them and we think, oh.
Then we change the name. But for right now, I love referring to her by that name because it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't get a no yet until we're pregnant with her. Maybe until she's born. I don't know. I probably won't be able to keep it in. I'll have such brain fog, chronic illness, plus brain fog pregnancy. I'm going to be spilling every secret. I'm going to forget what's a secret. Uh-oh. There's no secrets in my life. I already talk about everything. Yeah. But we are marching forwards with this implantation in July, mostly because that's when I should be off medications that I need to be off of, and we should be in like a good spot for implanting around that time. And that means I don't have to carry a baby in the Texas summer, which would suck ass. And I get to be pregnant around the holidays, which sounds really cute. But most importantly, I did a horoscope birth chart on ChatGPT, and it said that with our horoscope birth charts, we have the best window for conception at the end of July. So It's written in the stars, really.
And from my perspective, it's because a doctor said, hey, you're in a good period.
Yeah. I mean, that too. Whatever.
I do wonder, like, are we in a window, or is our opportunity, our opportunities just opening up?
It's
Because
possible
I think a window
that
means there's a defined time set that ends.
with a start and a date and an end time, yeah.
Whereas
a time period is just like
a
the
time
beginning.
period is like, hey, this has opened up for you as an option.
Yeah. It's possible it's that. I mean, who are we to know?
No, I don't think it's for us to answer. I think that's what I'm going to be pressure testing our doctors about, as just information for us.
Yeah. And if it is the latter, would that change our implantation time?
That is an excellent question, and one that I don't actually know. I don't know that it would change things, but I do want to know regardless.
But if it wouldn't change anything, then does it matter?
Information that's relevant matters.
Okay. For me, it would not matter. I'd be like, whatever. And
well,
I
because
actually...
of the star chart.
Exactly. The star chart says July, so regardless, that's what we're going with.
Exactly.
So obviously, I am like very openly, very excited, worries aside, about implanting and becoming a mom. But what I will say, and that's like my primary emotion, joy, excitement, happiness. My secondary emotion includes some practicality and a little bit of nervousness. I think that's true for anybody that's looking at parenthood. If you aren't nervous, then I don't think you're actually being realistic. So thinking about things like, will I flare during the pregnancy? Will I flare immediately after the pregnancy? How will we handle those things? Whereas I think you're the inverse of that. I think your primary emotion is more like logic based, and we need to do X, Y, and Z, and this is how it should go in this process, and we need to have these ducks in a row. And then your secondary emotion is more excitement.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd categorize it as primary and secondary emotions. I would say in the forefront of my mind is like a need to be realistic. Mm-hmm. I am cautiously optimistic. I'm excited. Mm-hmm. But I still know there's doctors that we need to talk to. We need to... like
a MFM, high-risk OB, and a OBGYN.
Yep. And I still want us to put guardrails for our life in place and make sure our financials are in order. Yeah. And post-baby planning. We've been wanting to move to Oregon.
Which we'll discuss in this week's episode.
All this kind of stuff where it's like, a lot of those things are forefront of my mind.
And I think I think that's actually really good, because then that makes us a perfect, complete circle in our emotions and how we're approaching it. And two, you have been my caregiver and my husband for you've been my husband for a long time. You've been my partner for a long time. You've been my caregiver for a long time. So I think when you're thinking of adding a person to this equation, it's another person you're caregiving for versus me. I don't view it as caregiving for myself. I just view it as like, this is my life because I've been sick my whole life. And I view adding that third person as, that's my caregiving person, outlet, direction. So it's a different lens that you're seeing it through, because you've had other responsibilities to carry and emotions that you've had to carry that I haven't necessarily had to carry or experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I think that was really well said. I do feel that you hit that feeling for me spot on, and it is really important to me. Like, I feel a lot of
responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility. I want to maintain our life, our lifestyle, and stability, and it takes a lot to take care of you. Mm-hmm. Not that it's a bad thing, but it
takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, I do put a lot of effort into this, and I really care about what we've been able to achieve together, and I don't want one thing to slip,
Yeah.
But I also don't want to, like, I want to have a family with you and I want us to be able to do that. So it's weighing all those things.
And I think it's interesting because Cooper's also been like my emotional rock for all of my health stuff. And I feel like this is the first time I'm getting to experience, not the first, but like one of the few times I'm getting to experience being your emotional rock with it. And like, it's so easy to sit for any parent, regardless of health reasons, to sit and be like, are we actually ready for this? Can we actually do this? And I know that part of this is like, I have such blind confidence about it that like, I know we're going to be amazing parents in like the bottom of my heart. And I just know that so to be so truthful that all of the worries don't shake me as much. And so I think it's good that like you prompt us to talk about some things that maybe I wouldn't necessarily talk through and have like a good concrete idea of how to approach something. Like, what are logistically the things we're going to do if I flare up right after I give birth?
Top of mind for me.
And for me, I'm like, we'll figure it out when we get there, which is probably a terrible answer and response. But I think I let you not spiral into it as much.
Definitely.
Which is what you do with my health, for me.
Yeah, and we just talk it through calmly, like the rest of your health. It's okay. Well, right now you're not driving. We know what flares look like when they're bad.
Yep.
How do we manage that if there's also a baby in the equation?
Yeah.
You know, I typically stay with you in a hospital throughout your stay.
And that's why we practiced the last IVIG experience, me staying there solo. And it gave me that confidence, and hopefully gave you the confidence that, like, I know how to advocate for myself in the hospital now. Finally, thank God, I figured that shit out.
Yeah, and that's just, like, one aspect of this larger, like, thought process that we put ourselves through to make sure we're as ready as possible.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that we're doing that. I'm so glad that, I know it means that you have to carry a heavier weight sometimes on this stuff, but I'm glad that you're thinking through that, and I'm glad I'm thinking on the other perspective so we can join in the middle.
Yeah. I think for me, even though it is more weight, like that's okay. I'm okay with more responsibility, more risk, things like that. But I want to go into it super prepared. Yeah. And intentional, you know?
And I do too, to some extent. I also like, my parents had my siblings and I pretty young, and my sister had her son really young. So I've seen examples of like, you never actually can be fully prepared. You just figure it the fuck out when you are live, like you do health. Yeah. And so I'm glad that, however weird that sounds, that we're not both like, woo, screaming from the rooftops, and we have these different perspectives. I'm really happy that we do, because to me, it's like the yin yang. It's the perfect complement to each other. And with knowing that, I think, I almost had her name, she'll be way better off when she comes into this world.
I think so too. And it feels good to have your like optimism and all that.
That's me, little ray of sunshine. And with all of my little joys and whatnot, I have obviously been very eager and excited to share about this chapter with y'all online, on socials, and the podcast. Everywhere and anywhere I possibly can yap about it, I'm yapping about it. And what's been interesting to me is I really thought in sharing that I would be met with a lot of resistance. A lot of people being like, are you sure you can do that? Or shame on you, you're chronically ill and you're bringing in life to this world. Because I've had people say that shit to me in real life, to my face. So that's what I anticipated. And I've been so happily and overjoyed with y'all's response of just encouraging us and saying that we are going to be great parents. And it's just meant, I think it's meant the world to me, and it's helped carry me when I have had moments of laying in my bed being like, oh shit, like I'm in a lot of pain right now. How am I going to do this when I'm pregnant or when I have a baby to take care of? So thank you guys for having that kind of response and having our back like that. The one thing that has stood out that's opposite of that is people who have shared their opinion with me on if we should be doing this that aren't parents, that are chronically ill and don't want to have kids. And I think it's really easy to project our own experiences onto other people. And any of the negative experiences I've had online with sharing this have been just so black and white, like examples of that. I had someone DM me begging me to not become a parent because their mom was chronically ill and parentified them to such a hard degree that now they don't want to become a parent. And I tried to meet that person with as much compassion as I possibly could and say, like, I'm really sorry that that was your experience. It's horrible. I'm sorry you had to go through that. And people get parentified by their parents that don't have chronic illnesses. So just because I have a chronic illness does not mean I'm going to lay that onto my child, onto my daughter. I also grew up in a family where I experienced parents being sick, siblings being sick. And I have always said that those experiences made me into such a better person because I, at a young age, learned that, yes, my world can have these dramas in high school, or maybe the boy doesn't like me, but someone's fighting for their life in my house with me. Puts a little perspective into things, and also made me so emotionally close with my family to a degree that I don't think we would have been had we not gone through all these health challenges together. So yeah, health stuff sucks and it's hard, but also it can turn a family into such a deeper connection and a deeper clan than those without it at times, I think.
I think so too. I also think that's just, everyone has their own experience and perspective. It sounds like a lonely perspective, not like a concerted effort.
Yeah, and I think that all of us carry something with us from growing up. Doesn't necessarily have to be childhood, that you don't love or that you want to do differently. And it's always bothered me when people just point their fingers and they say, like, that was my parents' fault. Like, they did that to me. Sure, yes, they did. And also now you're an adult. Like, if you don't want that to weigh on you that heavy, you got to do the work, because that's the only way you're going to view it differently, and it's not going to be that heavy anymore, or that overpowering of your mindset and how you view the world. Going to trauma therapy for getting kidnapped was not an easy thing to do. It was fucking hard, and that's why I punted it for 10 years. However, I'm so glad I finally did that, and I'm really glad I did it before bringing a daughter into this world, because I definitely was approaching life with a sense of fear and a sense of dread and a sense of, like, when things start getting too good, it's going to get bad, which was only compounded, obviously, by chronic illness experiences. So that's my venting on that topic.
All said.
Thank you. I'm very passionate about that. I don't like when people blame other people for their own worldviews.
Yeah. And it's a bummer when the negative comments and all that just stands out so much.
It does. Even if you get 99 good ones, you get one bad one. I'm hoping that, like, as I grow in this career, it stops sitting in my pocket quite as much. But, like, I love you guys so fucking much that if I've offended somebody or whatever, it weighs on me a lot.
We talk about it.
We talk about it ad nauseam. And then my therapist talks about it. And then my mom and I talk about it. My mom's like, let me at her. You don't want to fuck with Mama Kane. Or you. But despite all the overwhelming positive love that you guys have given us, of course, we're still carrying some worries, some fears, some anxieties around entering this next chapter. And I think we'd be remiss to not talk about them or to pretend like they're not there.
Yep.
So what are the things that we're a little nervous about, or a lot nervous about, around having a baby?
Do you want to go first?
No, you can go first. I've been yapping.
Oh, okay. Well,
unless you want me to go first, then I will.
I mean, I kind of talked a little bit about it earlier. I think for me, it's maintaining our, like, stability.
Yeah.
It's been a hard fight to get to this point where we're at right now, where it feels like our life has started to open up a little bit. The aperture of possibilities is expanded. We could finally go on trips a little bit. We could see our friends more.
We were living in a crippling amount of medical debt for literally 6 years, to the point that it was suffocating.
Debt and just, like, fear,
medical stress
and, like, your pain. It was really restrictive. So for me, it's about how can I, one, make sure that we don't, like, fall back to a place of you're
stress.
Living on your margin.
It's hard to sleep. It's hard to heal when you're in those spaces.
Yeah, just not consistently stress about that, while also continuing to make sure that we are able to live our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think having a baby means that you stop living your life. Like,
no.
Of course, the first couple of years, you're focused on your family, stuff like that. I understand the reality of that, but I also want to make sure that we intentionally continue to open.
I think so too. And I think part of that is like, we are lucky enough, which like 6 years ago, I'd be like, what are you talking about? That's not luck. That's terrible. We're lucky enough to be older to have children. We're in our 30s, which means we're
older.
We're older than 23. We're still young. My mom had my sister at like 23 years old. So that's my like base point of this. We're at a place where you are in a job where you are doing more leadership instead of being the grunt worker, the bottom of the food chain, stuff like that. I left the job that was making me sicker.
Yep.
I feared taking off time. I felt like I never was enough and could never keep up. And it was so core to my identity. And I've done the work to get to now a place where I love my career. I love showing up. It doesn't always feel like work to me. Of course, there's days where it does. There's days where I'm stressed AF about it because now I'm 100% responsible for bringing money in instead of relying on a salary and being able to close my eyes about that. That said, we're in a place where we have more stability on the career job front.
Yep.
Because I'm chronically sick, we've had the ability to nest and feel really comfortable in our home and make it a place we like to be. And also have grown in our relationship a ton. Yeah. So I think a baby at this point is additive. The baby goes with us to live life. Whereas at 23, 24, that is a different experience. And I don't think you have the same opportunity to do that and have the baby be super additive to your life. It's more, you have to figure out how to juggle all these balls and close down your life almost a little bit.
I totally agree. Second fear is, I think, one that you already voiced really well. It's of being caregiver times 2. Mm-hmm. It's, like I said, it's one, like an amazing pursuit, right? Every parent is like, oh, it's fantastic. You get through it, and which is true, I'm sure. But it is,
work.
It's not something to not take lightly, I guess.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, you're literally, a human is reliant on you for food and basic necessities, and then you are shaping a human being. Yeah. And who they're going to show up in this world. And I think everyone should take that with some pressure on their heart and themselves, because that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm also just realistic that it is a lift, which is okay. Totally. I just want to make sure that I take it seriously and do it well.
And I think for that exact reason, and you thinking like that, is part of the reason I know you're going to be such a good dad. Because you're so cute with your niece and nephew. Cooper's the uncle, well, all of the Kane uncles, Wildeson uncles, the boys on our side of the family that I know of, get on the ground and play with the kids. And it is so cute. It makes my ovaries explode. I'm so excited to see you do that with our little.
Be very fun.
I know, and I can't wait to play dress up with her and do makeup and fashion shows like I do with Char Char. And talking about being responsible and having that weight and taking it seriously, I think is actually one of the reasons why Cooper and I, for the first time ever, and this is probably shocking to you guys, we're thinking about going to couples therapy. Because we want to be able to have somebody who's gone through raising kids and raising a family to help prompt questions that we don't even know to ask or to talk through and to think about quite yet. And you'd think that we would have gone to couples therapy because of all the shit that we've had to go through with my health. However, there was not time nor money to do that at that point. I needed to go to therapy for my own identity and self, so that's where that therapy money went. But now I'm really excited to try that together and see what it's like. I've always heard such great things, so I'm excited.
Setting yourself up to be your best self for
your little.
This makes a lot of sense. And I don't know, as you reflect on okay, I want to plan to have a baby in 6 months. What do I really, wrapping your head around that? Mm-hmm. I think you have to confront yourself a little bit. And in those, it's okay, yeah, professional could really be helpful.
Something about turning inwards and saying I'm going to take stock of what I like and what I don't love quite as much. And then working through that with the professional so you don't collapse in despair or overwhelmedness seems healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in Austin, you know any great couples therapists that are for like the baby era, let us know. Okay, enough about the touchy-feely stuff. Let's talk logistics. So, like always, Cooper and I are divvying it up. I am taking on the figuring out the best OBGYN, best MFM, getting all those appointments scheduled. You guys will laugh, but I took the first available appointment for all those things because of the urgency with our timeline. But I've been doing all the research and I'm planning on replacing all those appointments. So if you're on that doctor's wait list, don't worry. There'll be a cancellation coming up. I upgraded. I found our new doctors through my current providers, who one of them went through IVF herself, and she told us which ones she really liked that she used. So,
and she's someone we really obviously trust.
She's like been like a mother to us down here. I know that's weird because she's also my doctor, but she's like a rock for us. I love her.
Yeah. She's been there for...
I think I've said I love you to her before, which probably makes her really uncomfortable.
Yeah, you definitely have.
I love you.
It's okay. You're very genuine.
I am. I mean it when I say it. Anywho. So I'm kind of taking charge of that side of the equation, and I feel like you're doing more of the thinking through the logistics of the stuff that we need to think through. That's everything besides the medical.
How can we plan financially? How do we make our schedules work? Mm-hmm. How can we be diet and exercise at our best?
Share the thing about the working
I'm trying to fatten
home.
her up.
Oh. He's trying to fatten me up.
I just think that bulking up a little bit beforehand seems to make sense.
Don't you think that should be like muscles, though?
I do mean muscles.
Oh.
You've interpreted it as
tiramisu. Called out. It's 100% true. 100% accurate.
Bone density, getting all your vitamins and stuff.
I did a bone density scan today.
I know. It's good.
Because your girl's been on and off pred, and I've had a few too many bone injuries in the last 12 months.
I know, and I just want you to be solid. But what were we just saying?
You were saying fatten me up, but I was saying share about the stat you found about working from home.
The stat I found about working from home.
And how it saves money for having a baby.
Oh, well, when looking into financials, like one of the biggest expenditures over the first 3 years of having a baby is childcare. I'm sure a lot of people...
Makes sense when you say it out loud, but for us unassuming people, we were like, probably just the baby. Well, the baby's just the expensive part.
No, I was like, how much does it actually cost out of pocket to have a baby? If you have insurance, usually $4,000 to $10,000.
For just birthing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's
but I think that's like your deductible. We hit that way sooner than that, honey. It's going to be a $0 baby.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Hopefully.
I really doubt it's going to be a $0 baby.
No, birthing.
Birthing? Let's hope it's a $0 birthing.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how that ends up. Well, and then you think food.
Just choked on that.
Diapers.
Food.
Night care. Yeah, well, you have to be prepared for everything.
Yeah, we'll probably supplement with formula.
Equipment.
True. That shit's expensive.
All
baby equipment
stuff
is so expensive.
They're also growing, so they're going through all this stuff. Like, first you need your car seats, your carriers. They grow. You change those out. There's a lot of expenses in the first 3 years anyways.
The one I'm most excited about is the attachment that goes to your bed, so I can just literally roll over, grab baby, put it on the boob.
Yes. But childcare, like saying that that's typically $20,000 to like $45,000 a year
conservative, honestly.
In the States. This is ChatGPT information. So, okay, if you have a more accurate number.
I just know that some people have spent upwards of $100.
I'm sure it can go way up. I'm sure it depends on what state you're in.
Mm-hmm. What kind of care you're getting. Shared care versus independent nanny versus shared nanny versus au pair.
Exactly. So a lot to consider and a lot of like financial stuff to plan for. I was like, okay, well, how much money are we making? How much will this cost? And where does that leave us? Margin.
Savings.
Stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of planning and logistics that I care about. And you can tell I'm really fun to talk about it with.
You are. You do good research.
Yep.
So we're having a finance date next weekend and going through all of our revenue, all of our expenses to figure out how the maths.
Other logistics that I really care about is like the post-baby 6-month plan.
Yeah.
Who from our parents is going to be helping us out?
Mom, this is your formal invitation.
Well, because initially we were thinking we would
Please.
have relocated close to family.
That's true. We thought we'd be in Oregon prior to implant.
But our plans have
Shifted.
not intentionally, and it's not like we discussed, no, we're going to stay in Texas, but it's seeming from our conversations that we're going to be staying in Texas.
For the most part, I think we realized that like setting up a whole new medical team, and to clarify what I mean by medical team, because somebody DM'd me and they're like, you're so privileged to have a medical team. I refer to a medical team as the doctors I see.
Yes.
That my insurance covers and pays for.
Yes.
It would be a lot of work to go and find all new doctors and make that team where they talk to each other. They know my story and everything in a new state while pregnant. So now we're leaning towards doing this all here, which adds a layer of fear for me.
And me as well. We won't talk politics, I don't think, here, but Texas
politics are scary here.
Texas is
Well, that's
worrisome
scary,
on
yeah.
some baby having issues from
Especially
my perspective.
if you have medical isms and are high risk.
Yeah, and I wanted to have family on board to help, but this comes back to post-baby 6-month plan. That's one element. What happens if you flare post-baby? Like, I want to assume the best. You know, you hear these fantastic stories of people getting into remission-like states. Their body does fantastic. The pregnancy ends up helping them.
But we are going to prepare for the worst. And if the best happens, then hallelujah, thank you, Lord.
Exactly. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I'm not someone who's okay with not being prepared for difficult situations. So.
And the way that we have navigated that is Cooper can be Mr. Logistics, and then he also throws in a couple words about how he's also excited so that I feel like he's also on board. That's how we keep this dynamic afloat.
Honestly, that was like, we didn't do that the whole time, and I think that caused a lot of friction for us.
I agree.
Is that I can be excited, but I'm also like, I cannot get away from being practical about it. And I think without being intentionally positive at the same time and saying it out loud, it creates a negative connotation with everything that I'm saying. So I'm glad the conversations have been so much easier since I was like, okay, and now that I've said the logistics thing, here's also something fun that I really like. Like, reiterate that I am excited.
Like,
you know,
when you told me about how you envision holding her for the first time, that made me cry. I'm so excited, so happy. But it's true. Like, there was actually a lot of friction in our communication about this until I think I said, I need you to verbalize that you're also excited and happy about this and want this to happen, because I didn't know if we were on the same page.
And then when I started doing that, you also started giving me more, I think, space to say, like, here's the logistical stuff that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And then when I felt like I could say that more, the whole situation seemed to just get easier and we could kind of unravel the whole thing the way that felt healthy and good. Because before, it was like it was tension-y.
It was tension-y, and I would usually get my feelings hurt.
Sorry.
It's okay. I still love you. And I forgive you. And I'm so happy this is our new route.
Me too.
This is what Cooper and I do.
Don't show them the thing.
No, it's a fun thing. This is what we do when we want to say, like, it's okay. And we each do it to each other. It means it's okay. Let's keep on keeping on. Speaking of keeping on.
I'm keeping on.
I'm keeping on. I need some tape. Oh, it hurts so bad. We have our first
Do you need a second?
No, it's okay. I'm kidding. We have our first fertility appointment this week. It's virtual, but it's with the Dr. Silverberg, who helped us get our 2 embryos. So I'm really excited. He's like known as the baby maker in Austin.
Wild reputation.
Wild reputation. Don't want to know how many kids he has. Jesus. But he's great. He's like, kind of gives vibes like my dad. So I just feel like very comfortable with him. And He knows all of my health stuff. He was with us during like one of arguably the scariest seasons when we were really, really young. So I'm really excited to see him again and for him to see like how we've come through that. And obviously we're not on the other side of it, but we're on a much better side of it than we were back then.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been like 6 years since we've seen him.
I know. He's probably going to be like, who are you?
I know. Honestly, he probably doesn't remember us, but I hope he does.
We remember.
We do. He was so sweet. I remember the night that I was supposed to do the trigger shot. It's like the last shot you do before you go for the retrieval in the morning. I fucked up. I did it like 15 minutes early, and I was actually having a panic attack spiraling, and we called him, and he was like, it's okay, kiddo, just come in 15 minutes earlier. No biggie. You're supposed to be here at 4:30 in the morning anyway. And we were like, oh, that was an easy solution. Okay.
Yeah, he was very simple. Made it seem all very simple, even though it wasn't.
Yeah.
He was practical, but casual.
Yep. Kept his cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's kind of like you. Cool, calm, collected. And that's kind of it for right now. We've got a lot to learn. If you guys have any books that you would suggest we read right now, any resources that you can point our way, we are not the expert in this. I feel like I know my shit in the chronic illness space, and I know nada in the TTC space. So I know we've got some learning to do. I feel like I'm approaching it with just like instincts and vibes right now. And I know if I keep on doing that, the second I actually get pregnant, I will have a freak out. So probably best to do a little bit more homework.
Yeah. It's always good to do more homework. But I do think like...
There's a line though.
You were well prepared. You've seen some great kids growing up from critical stages very closely. You've
been involved in a lot of it.
Very involved. And I know you are learning through social media, which...
And I just like know in my gut.
Oh.
I know.
But there's still
it's going to be the best job in the whole world. I cannot wait.
Not to say that we don't have much to learn. We have a shit ton. But...
Yeah, we have a lot to learn. Anyway, One Brain Cell Show?
Yes.
One Brain Cell Show. We have a new show that we have fallen into, and we're only 2 episodes in.
Yeah. How much of it is even out?
The full season.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wouldn't say we have our full stamp on it yet, but...
True. Initial stamp, though. Would you say?
Yeah, from an episode and a half.
Yes.
Our current One Brain Cell show is...
The Burbs. And it has a bunch of comedians. Keke Palmer's in it. Who's that funny British guy?
Don't know his name.
His name. Jack Whitehall. Fuck yeah. Jack Whitehall. Our brain cells just went wah, 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 wah.
A collective 2.
Woo! Anyway, great cast. They're hilarious. It's very funny, but it's also scary and spooky. But we only like scary, spooky when it's funny.
Yeah.
Like Wednesday's the darkest we'll get. We like the spoof funny movies. Like Scary Movie 2. Scary Movie 3. Scary Movie 4.
What's the one where...
Chuck and Dale.
Against Evil.
Yeah, that one's hilarious. It's like very gory.
Yeah, it's like gore comedy.
Ew, that does not sound good. Okay.
Slasher.
A slasher.
It's a slasher. Slasher. I hardly even know her.
God.
Oh no.
So we are losing our minds right now. Good. Anyway, it's good. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's on Peacock. If you need a laugh, a little funny, that's entertaining, and will consume your one brain cell, check out The Burbs. You can watch it alongside us and let us know what you think while you're watching it.
Yes.
And on that note, we love you guys.
See you next time.
Week. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me for another week of Calling in Sick. As a reminder, I would love for y'all to like, follow, subscribe, save, share with a friend, do all of the things. It truly helps grow this community, and it helps these episodes reach the people that need them the most, whether that's for an educational piece, to have a little laugh, or to not feel so alone. As a reminder, Calling in Sick sits on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify, and anywhere else where you can find your listens. From the bottom of my heart, I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for calling in sick with me every Monday. It's been an honor and a pleasure so far, and I can't wait to continue building this community with y'all. Love you.